But hi, everybody. Welcome on in. I'm your host, Tom, and today we are playing some Marvel Champions as part of a series that we are going to be doing on Twitch called Coffee and a Board Game. Now, we're doing this starting in June 2024. If you're watching this in the future, join us. Well, don't you if you're watching this? Well, technically, every time you watch it's in the future. Ignore me. We're going a little bit nuts. This is a little bit of an off day. And we are just kind of setting it up, and we're going to use this as a little bit of a tutorial, a teach how to play this. We are Marvel heroes. We pick which one we want. I've got a ton of the expansions and all that, and we are going to be starting out with Black Panther. I've got a custom deck built because this is a living card game. Not a collectible, which is awesome. Whenever you buy boosters, the expansions for it, you know every card you're getting. There's nothing at random, which I am a huge fan of. You just get everything in one go. Love it. And each of the decks will consist of some basics, an aspect, and then their own special cards. So like Black Panther, we're running the leadership aspect. There is aggression, justice, leadership, and protection. They each do different things. This game can be played 1 to 4 players. Do not play it with more than 2. This game is a drag at more than 2 players. I like it solo, in all honesty. 2 players, okay. I've done it. 2-player... I've done solo more than I've done anything else. So we've got a 40 card deck built, and we have our villain picked out. Now, the most basic villain that in the core set is Rhino. He just wants to smash stuff. What we need to do is we need to defeat Rhino twice. Take his hit points, his HP, down from 14 per player, as indicated here on the bottom, down to 0. Once we do that, he will go to his second side, where his health change, he has some different stats. And we take him down one more time. We do that, we win. How does Rhino win? Either he knocks us out, our hit points for T'Challa here start at 11, or we go through these scheme cards. We have a main scheme, gives us a little bit of a story of what's going on, and Rhino is attacking a shield facility. That's what we have. This tells us how to set this one up. This comes unique with Rhino. So we have Rhino. We have a standard modular set. There's certain cards. They'll go into pretty much every scenario we do. And then it also gets one modular encounter set, and it gives us a recommended one of Bomb Scare, which I have shuffled in there as well. The other thing we have off to the side is our personal nemesis, as well as an obligation card from our deck gets shuffled into the bad guy deck. This goes off to the side until it's called for. And if Killmonger comes out, it's awful for us. So we go to the break-in. It tells us the setup, so we have that shuffled. Advance to stage 1B, the break-in. Rhino is trying to smash through the facility walls and steal a shipment of vibranium. You have to stop him. If this stage is completed, the players lose the game. So this tells us up here how much threat needs to be on the scheme for this to boil over, which is 7+. Second that happens, we lose the game. We also have the acceleration of how many threat per player will get attached to this every round, as well as the starting, which luckily for us is 0. Let me get this whole thing out, because we have a full breakdown of the villain phase, we have the full breakdown of the player phase, and the nice thing is we start on the player phase. So we're set up, we're built here. He has 14 health. We come over to our side. We must win. T'Challa starts with a hand size, and we always start on his alter ego side, which will give us some setup. But first, we go drop to 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And T'Challa has a special setup. Search your deck for a Black Panther upgrade, add it to your hand, and shuffle your deck. So we are going to go through and take a look, because he is very much an engine type of a character. where, so we have like these special upgrades, like this vibranium suit, special attack, move 1 damage from your hero to an enemy to that. But the only way to play it is off of these Wakanda Forever cards. And every time you play that, you go through the line of these special upgrades and you do what they say, which is awesome. So that's a great one for healing, but one that we really want for this mission is, unless we already have it in hand. Nope, here it is. Tactical Genius, which will remove threat from the scheme. Sculpt Engine is another way of saying legal cheating. Oh, geez. Yeah, fair. That's fair, my hero goob. So we'll go ahead and shuffle our deck. And yeah, so the big basics of it, take them out before they take us out, or finish their scheme. And I think we're ready to get in on the action. We'll take, so player phase, we take turns in player order. It's a single player game for us, so it doesn't truly matter. On our turn, we can play cards. And to be able to play a card, we have to pay its cost. So like up in here, it shows a cost of 2. So to be able to play it, I would have to spend resources that are shown down here in the bottom. They come in a variety of, it's like energy, tech, mental, physical, but we're probably going to stick with yellow, blue, red, and greens are wilds. Because let's be honest, no one has time to remember the proper names. It's terrible of me to say, but it's true. Some actions we can take on our alter ego side. Some we can only take on our alternate side here. And I'm just trying to see what we've got to try to figure out a good opening. We can mulligan right now, but I'm going to hold on to what we have. I'm a fan of this because we have 2 upgrades off the bat and a Wakanda Forever. Which I'm not going to be able to get off this turn, but we can build pretty good for further turns. So to pretty much do anything like attack the enemy, we're going to have to switch over to our Black Panther side. We can switch sides once per turn. So I can't go back to my alter ego form, and this is important once we get to the villain phase. But right now, we're gonna flip there because I have nothing that is good on the alter ego side. Like we could get Shuri out if we really wanted to. Truly doesn't matter, and she's not bad because after she enters play, search your deck for an upgrade, add it to your hand, and then shuffle your deck. So it's a good way of getting more of these out. But we're already sitting on 2 of them, so I don't mind holding on to them if we're being honest. One thing we could do on our side here is we could recover. This is how we get our health back. We exhaust. More legal ways to cheat, right? I see you're not a Scry fan, I take it. So it's an exhaust action, heal up. We can't go beyond our max, so no reason to do that. Go to Black Panther's side. Big thing with Black Panther, he has 2 thwarts. If we take the thwart action, we take threat off of any scheme that's out there, because there can be side schemes as well. But for right now, it'd be off the main scheme. But it starts with none, so no reason to do that. The other option we have is to attack. You do damage. And then there's defense. Once we get over to the villain side, we could exhaust to block up to that amount of damage. Special thing with Black Panther is they have retaliate. Anytime they are attacked, we deal 1 damage back to the attacking character, which I'm a big old fan of. So first thing we're going to do is I want to play this Tactical Genius upgrade card, and this upgrade will stay on the field. There are allies, there are events, there are upgrade, there are support. Allies stay out on the field as well. Events are just one-time use. Support and upgrades all just stay out. Cards themselves will kind of tell you what they do, but I want that Tactical Genius out, so I'm going to spend 2, which right now it's going to be this electric symbol, the yellow. We spend 2 to be able to play that. Perfect. I also want to play this Energy Daggers. So we are going to go ahead, spend 2 for that. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. I have 1 card left in hand. One last thing we're going to do is we are going to have Black Panther attack for 2, doing 2 damage to Rhino, bringing him down to 12. Now these, I'll get into what they do a little bit more once I can actually use them, because they both need the Play the Wakanda Forever event to actually use those abilities, which is a bummer. But once we start rolling with them, they are amazing. So end of our player turn, yeah, because we triggered an actions, and even if we have exhausted, we can still use other stuff that could attack again. This is just a basic attack. It's an extra thing we can do, but obviously we can only do it once, hence the exhaustion. We talked about changing your form. Now we can end our turn. After every player has ended their turn, and a solo, it's just going to be me, we can discard any number of cards from our hand, and then we draw up to our hand size. We don't always have a hand size of 6. On the Black Panther side, we only have a hand size of 5. So you do get more cards back, typically when you're on your alter ego side. So we are going to drop to 5. So 1, 2, 3. I need a 4th to have a 5. Excellent. Ooh, we got some good stuff coming. Here's an example of a wild resource, and it's double. So this will get us 2. This would have been great. This hand would have been real good a turn ago, but no. So we draw up, and then we ready each of our exhausted cards. So Black Panther is up. Now we go over to the villain phase, where the bad stuff happens, where the magic happens. First thing that happens is we place threat on the main scheme equal to what this acceleration is, which is 1. Boom! He is 1/7 of the way to defeating us. Now we go to the villain, and each minion engaged with us activates. Depending on what side we are on, this is what happens. If we are on our hero side, they attack. If we are on our alter ego side, they don't see us. They don't know our alter ego. I mean, a lot of villains know the other side. Let's be honest, but they pay no attention to us while we're not in our hero form. So they spend some more time working on their big scheme. So especially in this one, where we can only get up to 7 before that goes over, it's real bad. So for an attack, what will happen here is we take their attack and we boost it. Now, while it's face down, we have an option. We can defend against this attack, or we take the hit. Just a normal man in their suit. Have no idea who they are until they put the mask on. Yeah, exactly, Goob. So for this first one, I don't really want to exhaust Black Panther. Getting extra damage off is fine. We have 11 health. We can heal up later if we need to. So we're going to take this hit. So he's going to swing for 2. And what we do, we flip this card over. Now, for this part and this part only, we ignore the text, and we are just looking here in the bottom corner, and that is a boost icon, which now he has an attack of 3 instead. Sometimes there could be a star there, which then there'll be a special boost thing that we have to pay attention to. So we're going to take 3 damage. 1, 2, 3, bringing us down to 8. However, we have Retaliate. After this character's attack, deal 1 damage. Right on back. Perfect. So we're down to 8. They are at 11 in their first form. So after they have done that, if there was any minions on the field, they would attack. They don't get boost cards, however. They just attack. We can defend as normal. And if we have allies, we can have them take the hit instead of us, which I'm a big old fan of. Chump blocking. And the nice thing is overdamage doesn't come over and hit us. So if like someone all of a sudden does like 9 damage to someone with 1 health, the rest of it is just overkill. It is gone. But there is a attack, or there's a keyword, it's overpowered or overkill, I can't remember, that will do the extra damage to us, which is a big old bummer. But that's the first part. Now we deal an encounter card. This would normally go to each player. Obviously, there's just one of us. And this is where we deal with the text on the card. Let's find out. Oh, good. It's advance. When revealed, the villain schemes. We can't defend against this at all. So we're off to a rough start because Rhino is going to go ahead and scheme for 1, and it boosts 2, 3. Oh, good. Hey, you know how he's 1/7 of the way there? He's now 4/7 of the way there. Three more scheme and he wins. Good. That's delightful. So we dealt with and did the encounter cards. There are a way of getting more counter cards dealt in a turn. We'll get to that as they come around. Typically, like one of the ways is if your deck runs out, you do reshuffle, but at the penalty of you take an encounter card, you don't deal with it until that phase comes around. And then if this deck runs out, we do shuffle the discard back into it, but then an acceleration token is added to the main scheme. So then instead of just currently just one being added every turn, now 2 is added every turn. It speeds things up. Things get more tense, more rough. But we pass the first player token normally, but we're in a solo game, so we don't care. So we are back to the player phase, and we have got some work to do. Okay. Let us see. Okay, so I have this card, Team Building Exercise. We can exhaust it. So we'd have to spend 2 to get it. It'd come down as a support card. You exhaust this. Play a card from your hand that shares a trait with your hero, reducing the resource cost by 1. Great card for us. And Triskelion. This is a location. It's a support card. Increase your ally limit by 1. This allows you to control more than 3 allies. Says right there on the tin, which is perfect. So we are going to go ahead. I'm going to spend the 2 to get Team Building Exercise. I think that's still in frame. Now, I have a little bit of a downside here, is I can't spend 2 and play both of these. If I spend 2, I can only... It only paying for whatever one first. It would be great if I could get them both out, but I currently cannot. So I'm going to spend the Triskelion to do Wakanda Forever. And I'm moving this in a certain way, and you will see why here in a second. Because we resolve the special ability of each Black Panther upgrade I control in any order. Resolving each ability is a step in the sequence. So like first, Energy Daggers. Choose a player. I choose us because solo. Deal 1 damage to the villain and to each enemy engaged. So I'm just hitting Rhino for 1. If this was the final step, I would deal 2 to any minion engaged, as well as 2 to Rhino. It can hit real hard, but the reason why I'm not doing that one first is because Tactical Genius. Here, remove 1 threat from a scheme, 2 threat instead, if this is the final step of the sequence. So we take that 3 off, return 1, and that is Wakanda Forever. We have 2 more upgrade cards that can come out for that, and we can do some good work with it. There's a part of me that thinks we might want a little bit of a reset. So, okay, Black Panther is going to thwart for 2. It's not a great turn, but it's not bad. We're set up okay. This is back down, and I think we're all right. So, all I have is the Genius card left over, which is gets us 2 resource, and it's all it does. This does have a rule of you can only have 1 max per deck. So yeah, we'll ready back up 2, 3, 4, 5. Ick. I'm not a fan. All right. We'll get into that in a minute. We go to Rhino side for the villain phase. Place threat on the main scheme. Boom. That just auto happens. Rhino is going to attack. I'm going to defend this time. So he's currently swinging for 2. I'm defending for 2. We boost 3, 4. So 2 damage is still coming through. But we would have taken 4 otherwise if we didn't defend there. So we're at 6. We still have Retaliate, no matter what, which is awesome. Bringing him down to 9. And we go to the encounters. Hydra Bomber. All right, when revealed, choose to take 2 damage or place 1 threat on the main scheme. I'm going to take the 1 on the main scheme. Don't take the damage here. So now we have them to deal with. Because even if we took the 2 damage, it's not an attack, which is unfortunate. It's dumb. It's real dumb. And as you can see, we have exhausted Black Panther with that defense. We don't get him back until they're ready up on the next player phase. So it's the downside here. I'm not a big fan of this. So let's go ahead, flip back over to the player phase. And this is interesting because I have one demand. Simon Williams here. who he hits like a Mack truck with a 3 attack, but as an additional cost for him to attack, I have to discard a card from my hand. I also have my Black Panther, or I've got my Panther Claws, which is part of our little engine that could here. Oh, this is unfortunate. Oh, actually, so I'm going to use our team building exercise, exhaust this, because I'm an Avenger. Wonder Man here's an adventure to make his cost a 1. To get this out, get Wonder Man on out to the board. Put him over to the side here just a little bit. Okay, we're selling for him. We have the strength in numbers. Exhaust any number of allies I control. Draw 1 card for each ally exhausted this way, which I'm very tempted to do. But I think I'm gonna rather have him attack. So we're gonna play Genius, we're gonna play Panther Claws. So this is deal 2 damage to an enemy, 4 damage if it's the final step in the sequence. It hits hard. Cost 2 to get that out, and of course I don't have the dang thing that's gonna let me hit stuff, which is such a bummer. Things to note about allies, because we're about to have him attack. They have health printed over here on the side. So Wonder Man here has 3. And you'll notice they have attack and thwart, but they also have this little symbol down here, which is consequential damage. Whenever they do that, they take that little star in return. So they, yeah, they're a little rough around the edges, if I'm being real honest here. So we're going to have Wonder Man. I think we're just going to have him hit Rhino. Remember, it cost us a card to attack with him. So first of all, consequential damage. Perfect. So we're going to hit 1, 2, 3. And I believe that is everything. So let's go ahead, ready everything back up. Draw our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only thing I know I don't have them in this deck, that's why I haven't really gone over it, is there are interrupt cards, which can happen on the villain phase or when something certain happens. But seeing I don't have one of those in this deck, can't really go over it too well. But let us go over to the villain phase. First thing that happens is we're going to add 1 more of these to the main scheme, which, as you know, is terrifying. And now the villain is going to go ahead and attack. We are going to opt to have Wonder Man take the hit. Let's find out. 2, 3, 4. Yikes. And I'm going to put that a little bit down. So just straight up takes Wonder Man out. Rough for us. Now, Hydra Bomber is part of this same activation step. So Hydra Bomber is going to attack. I'm not going to defend. I'm just going to take the 1. And our Retaliate comes into effect. Hydra Bomber has one health left. So I don't mind him hitting us. I really don't. We go to the encounter step. No relation to Wonder Woman DC. Don't sue us, right? Oh, crap. Charge. This is an attachment. Attached to Rhino, forced interrupt. When Rhino attacks, the attack gains overkill. That's what we were talking about earlier. Excess damage to an ally from this attack is dealt to that ally's controller. At the end of this attack, discard charge. So now he has a +3 to his next attack with overkill. This is great. Oh boy. Oh, we're in a little bit of trouble here. Okay. Yeah, he's swinging for 5 before his boost. Okay, this is delightful. Okay. We come over to our turn here. I'm going to go ahead and spend this team building exercise so we can get Hawkeye out. Cost of 2. There we go. Hawkeye enters play with 4 counters on him. These will represent arrows. And he has a response after a minion. Excuse me, sorry. After a minion enters play, we discard one of these 4, and Hawkeye does 2 damage to that minion. So if Hydra Bomber would have came out, he would have just died. We're then going to follow up with this event Strength in Numbers, which is probably a bad idea, but I'm going to give it a whirl. Exhaust any number of allies you control. And this is cost 0. Draw 1 card for each ally exhausted this way. Oh, Golden City. Oh, you would normally be really, really good here. Okay. And here's why. Because we're sitting on Wakanda Forever, which is, resolve the special ability of each Black Panther upgrade we control, which is the 3. And the Golden City, this is an alter ego action. We exhaust this to draw 2 cards. But the question is, do we flip over to do it? No, we need to get some stuff cleared up. Oh, I don't like this. And especially I'm going to be wasting strength. Because remember, you can only flip over once. This is bad. This is real bad. Unless we flip and heal this turn, and then maybe we can get a couple more cards out. Is that the play? No, but if we do that, he's gonna scheme, which is very bad for us. Oh, we're so not in a good spot here. Let's hold Golden City for now. I'm gonna waste strength to play Wakanda Forever. Okay. Choose a player, which is us. We're going to deal 1 damage to the Hydra Bomber and then 1 damage to the villain. This is enough to take them out, which is awesome. We are then going to go ahead, remove 1 threat from a scheme to bring this down to 2 out of 7. And then this is special attack. Deal 2 damage to an enemy, 4 damage instead if it's the final step in the sequence, which it is, bringing him down to 1 health. Big old fan of that. This is going to go off to the side. I'm going to hold our Golden City here. Because he has 3 health. That's 5. Yeah, this is going to hurt. This is really going to hurt. But I don't have a ton of choice here. So, Black Panther. I could... No. That might not be bad. I could thwart. If I thwart and flip over, that might not be the worst call here. Yeah, because if I thwart, take these 2 off, change form, that ends our turn. We draw 6. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because he only has a scheme of 1. Oh, sweet. Oh, okay. This isn't a bad little hand that we picked up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can do some stuff with this. Okay. Rhino, the first thing that happens is the automatic 1 on the villain phase. Now Rhino's going to scheme for 1 plus 2. So this is back up to 3. And we go to the encounter phase. Good. Hydra Mercenary. While this minion is engaged with you, I cannot attack the villain. So he has guard. But Hawkeye has a response. After minion enters play, remove this from him. And the minion takes 2 damage. Oh, Hawkeye is great. Love Hawkeye. All right. That's the encounter phase. We pass the first player token. We don't in a solo. Play comes to us. First thing I would like to do is I'm going to spend 2 to play the to get out the Golden City. It's a support card, so it'll stay out. And if I exhaust it, it lets us draw 2 cards. Oh, heck yeah. We just picked up Wakanda Forever. I kind of want to... Boy. I so wish I could do just a little bit more here. If I had 1 more card, I'd be a very happy camper, but I don't. Hey. Because ancestral knowledge here in alter ego form, you choose 3 different cards from your discard pile and then you shuffle them into your deck. So I could get like some of the vibranium back, ally back, and it's a way to keep us from milling out our deck. But I don't think we're going to do that this turn. I think instead I'm going to go ahead and spend 2 to get out our last piece of gear. The middle gear, which is the vibranium suit, which is move 1 damage from my hero to an enemy, which I love that. Do we heal now? That actually probably is the right call. Is take the heal here. Okay, yeah, we're gonna heal. Go 5 back up to 9, but we are going to flip to hero form. And I'm going to go ahead and dump Ancestral Knowledge to play out Wakanda Forever, which is resolve all the special abilities of my Black Panther upgrades in any order we wish. So remember, guard is going right now, so I cannot attack the villain. However, this special here is just choose a player, deal 1 damage to the villain. It is not considered an attack. If it is considered an attack, it'll have it in parentheses, which is awesome. So I'm going to deal 1 damage to the Hydra Mercenary and 1 damage to Rhino, which is going to go ahead and get him to his second phase. He unfortunately still keeps the upgrade. And you can see his stats change, which is terrifying. So he's now a base 3. He still has that 3 attack with overkill right now. 15 health points to go ahead and finish him off. And when revealed, search the encounter deck and discard pile for the break-in and take-in side scheme, reveal it, and shuffle the encounter deck. I always check the discard first, because then that way we don't have to worry about shuffling the main deck. Oh, break-in and take-in. Perfect. Okay. Ugh. Yeah, this one's a little rough. Well, I'll get into it here in just a moment. So, side scheme comes into play. It starts with a base number of 2. This one, Rhino is breaking things and taking them. When revealed, place an additional 1 threat per player here. And that symbol means, as long as that is showing, we have to deal an additional encounter card during the encounter step. Yay. Isn't that what everybody loves? It's so great. As you can tell, I'm a huge fan of it. But that is our energy daggers out of the way. This is remove 1 threat. Boy, if I put this to the end of the line, take off 2, and Hawkeye could knock that out. Okay, we're going to put that to the end of the line. Deal 2 damage to an enemy. Move 1 damage from my hero to an enemy of our choice, which is going to go to Rhino. Down to 12. Perfect. And this is now remove 2 threat from a scheme. Doesn't have to be the main scheme, which is awesome, because it's the final step in our Wakanda Forever. And then we're going to have Hawkeye go ahead and do a thwart action. So he's going to pick up 1 consequential, and this takes out Breakin' and Taken. Awesome. Okay. We're in an okay spot, except for this upcoming bit. But we have the health for it. I'm not gonna take it directly, but so I have 1 left over. This readies back up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because we're on our hero form. Oh yes. Okay, we have a couple of heroes. We're not awful here. Okay, so first thing that happens, they scheme, and now he's going to go ahead and attack. Hawkeye's going to take the hit here, because he's hitting for 6 with overkill. 6, 7. So this comes over. We take 5. Oof. But charges out of the way. Hawkeye is gone. You did your duty there, friend. You did your duty. Damage did come over to us on the attack, so that'll be 1 in return. We go to the encounter step. When revealed, give Rhino a tough status card. If Rhino already has a tough status card, this gains Surge. So, welcome to status effects. There are 3. There is tough, There is confused and stunned. Tough. The next time this character would take any amount of damage, discard this card instead. Stunned will prevent one attack. So if you try to attack, you just remove the stun instead. And confused does the same thing with thwarting. Yay. Cool. So that was the encounter card. Play comes back over to us. All things considered, it's not the worst. It's not the best. Shoot. Oh, actually, this might not be too bad. We're going to spend team building exercise and our Avengers Assemble card to get out Squirrel Girl. Who, when she comes out, does 1 damage to every enemy. Nicely done, Squirrel Girl, because it takes that tough status effect off. Loving that. We're going to switch this around. You're going to see why here in a minute. I'm going to spend 1 to play Wakanda Forever. Choose a player, deal 1 damage. Done. Remove 1 threat. Done. I could heal 2 and give him 2. But I don't. No, let's just do it with 1. Let's hit him as hard as we can right now. This is gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4 for that Panther Claws. Yes. Wakanda Forever is out of the way. He's down to 6 health. Squirrel Girl is gonna go ahead and just smack him for 1. Ooh, or because we can't kill him this turn. Do we thwart just to make sure he can't? Like, because if something comes up that says he schemes this turn, we could be in a lot of trouble. Okay, yeah, let's go ahead and thwart. And I'm going to have Black Panther do the same, so I'll just take care of all 3 now. Squirrel Girl gets the 1 consequential damage. Okay, so we're at the end of the turn, ready everything back up. I am going to dump that Avengers Tower just to try to draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I only have 3 cards left. So hopefully we can take him out next turn before we run out and have to do the extra encounter. So you can see how encounters can really mess stuff up. But let's go to the villain side. We get 1 of those automatically. Rhino is going to attack. He starts at a base of 3. I'm going to have Squirrel Girl take the hit. I'm sorry. So this is going to be 3. Just 3. But it's still enough to take her out. She did her job, and she did it well. Now, let's go ahead to the encounter phase. It's another charge. Hopefully we can. So it's when Rhino attacks, the attack gains overkill. And yeah, he would be swinging for 6 if we can't knock him out. But I think, we might. Oh boy, this could be bad. Oh, this could be real bad. Oh, I don't like this. Oh, I really don't like this. Okay, we might be okay. That's 2, 4. I think we're just getting away with this. Okay. Play comes back over to our side. And hopefully we can win this. So, we're going to do 2 damage to Rhino. We are going to go ahead and play Ant-Man. He has a cost 0, but he gets 1 hit point for each PIM counter on him. When Ant-Man enters play, plays 1 PIM counter on him to a max of 4 for each resource you overpaid for Ant-Man. I'm not paying anything. You'll see why here in a second. And he's going to go ahead and swing right away for 2 attack. The consequential damage will take him out, but it's going to bring him down to 2. Perfect. Then we go. And I want to get Black Knight out. So we're going to spend team building exercise because they are an Avenger. He's a cost of 3. So I'm going to spend energy, which gives us 2 to get Black Knight out. Black Knight's basic attack gains piercing. Discard any tough status card from the target before dealing damage. He's going to do 2 damage to take out Rhino, so I'll go ahead and spend the 1 to get Stinger out. Good old Cassie Lang. Play only if your identity has the Avenger trait. Stinger does not count against your ally limit, which is awesome because remember, it's normally 3. Black Knight goes ahead, hits Rhino for the win. Yes. Yes. That is Marvel Champions. As I said, we some of the interrupt stuff we didn't do. We haven't done like campaign stuff or anything like that, but that's the game in a nutshell. If anyone in chat has any questions, feel free to throw them my way. I know I was kind of dump. I know it's a lot of info dump, especially for this first one. But otherwise, for those watching on YouTube, if you have any questions, if you notice I did anything wrong, please let me know in the comments. I am notorious for making rules mistakes, so hopefully we played this right. Or if we did make any mistakes, hopefully they were minor. But hey, join us over on Twitch. Tuesdays, Thursdays, we're doing board game, coffee and a board game here, and trying to do Marvel Champions probably once a week as well, at least inside of one of those 2. So like the video, subscribe to the channel for more board game content here on the Tom and Mom Play channel, and thank you so much for watching.